What's up guys, it's Aaronitmar, and today we're diving into the latest character for Smash Ultimate's DLC, Pyra and Mythra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and we're tackling their costume origins. Sakurai kind of already did this for me in the Mr. Sakurai Presents Pyra and Mythra video, but we're still going to dive in and try to be a little bit more in-depth with the analysis. And just a warning, this video will have spoilers for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in it, so turn away now before it's too late if you care. And with all that out of the way, and with you hitting the subscribe button right now this very second, let's get started. Pyra and Mythra are blades, which are essentially spirits that exist within weapons that are wielded by drivers. The two are unique as they are two entities that occupy the same blade, which ordinarily shouldn't be the case. Their designs in Smash are modified a bit from their appearance in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This is likely to fall more in line with Smash's E10+ rating compared to Xenoblade's T rating. Pyra's shorts are a bit longer and she wears tights that cover her up a bit more. Mythra, meanwhile, has her legs and back covered in some sort of spandex and her chest hole has been filled in. Interestingly, Mythra's Smash design is technically Smash original, even though it appears in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. When her original spirit was designed for Smash Ultimate's base game, it was given a more censored design in order to stay in line with the game's ratings. The basis for this design was then brought over to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as a costume for Mythra, which was called Massive Melee Mythra, which as a name is probably a play on the words for Super Smash Bros. This DLC auxiliary core was distributed for free in the 2.0.2 update for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. For some reason though, Pyra didn't get this same treatment. Her spirit wasn't censored at all in the base game, and she doesn't even have a parallel costume to Mythra's in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I guess Mythra was just a little too revealing. The first alternate colors for Pyra and Mythra give them a matching color scheme, a sort of green with blue accent colors. Both color schemes are a reference to the same character, Numa. Numa is a special blade in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, who is the ascended form of both Pyra and Mythra, which fuses their personalities into a single entity. This art of Numa was created specifically for Smash Ultimate in order to allow for a Numa spirit to be in the game. The second costume is pretty straightforward, simply swapping the color schemes of Pyra and Mythra. Though this is explained by Sakurai as a way for you to potentially confuse your opponent because you'll mix up which character is which, there's actually a reference for this outside of Smash. In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, both Pyra and Mythra have auxiliary cores that can be purchased in the Nopon Stone exchange after completing a challenge battle. The Mythra-style Pyra core gives Pyra the colors for Mythra, and Pyra-style Mythra does the reverse. The third set of alternate colors gives Pyra a brown color scheme. This color is based on the Gormati hood. Pyra wore this hood as a disguise when sneaking into Torgoth, and it quickly became a fan favorite. The hood is based on the Gormati, which is a race of people who have cat-like characteristics such as their ears. Later on in the DLC rounds for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, this appearance became a DLC costume as a downloadable auxiliary core named Disguised Pyra. Meanwhile, for Mythra, this costume slot gives her the color scheme of Nia. Nia is a Gormati herself, which is an appropriate match for Pyra's color, and she becomes one of Rex's party members throughout Xenoblade 2. The fourth costume gives both Pyra and Mythra a purple, black, and red color scheme. This scheme was described by Sakurai during his showcase of the characters as giving them a villainous look, which kinda tracks with the overall theme of dark skins in Smash. But despite this, the color scheme also bears resemblance to Poppy Cutie Pie, the third form that the character Poppy can take on. Poppy isn't a natural blade, instead being built and upgradable by Tora. The fifth costume gives both Pyra and Mythra a blue, red, and whitish color scheme, described by Sakurai as a tricolor aeronautical motif. While it's possible that this is simply Smash original, I personally think that there is a chance that this could have been inspired by color schemes taken on by Gundams in the anime series of the same name. Many have this similar color scheme, and we've seen in the past that Sakurai has not been against referencing Gundam in other color schemes. That's just my personal take on it, since all we have to go on is the aeronautical motif. The next costume is based on the default appearances for Pyra and Mythra, but with more saturated and brighter colors, or as Sakurai described them, colors that pop. And there's not much more to it than that. The final costume of the set makes Pyra gold and Mythra either platinum or silver. There's no real reference here outside of gold and silver or gold and platinum often being paired up together. But of course we're not done yet, because we get to tackle the Mii fighters. Many were disappointed by this round of Mii fighters because it effectively deconfirmed any hope for a Monster Hunter full fighter. But let's dive into it. The Hunter set makes a return from Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, where it too was a DLC costume. This costume is a recurring armor set throughout the Monster Hunter series, typically as the first non-default armor available for purchase. The weapon and shield used are the Hunter's Knife set, which is an early game weapon set available in Monster Hunter as well. Just like the Hunter set, the Rathalos set is also returning to Ultimate after being a DLC costume in Smash for 3DS and Wii U. This armor set is also a recurring costume found throughout the series. By hunting many Rathalos and harvesting their parts, this armor set can be constructed in Monster Hunter. Because Rathalos is effectively a mascot of the series and appears in many of the games, this armor set likewise appears consistently throughout the series. The armor set takes on the appearance of Rathalos, which makes sense as it's crafted from its parts. The weapon used in this Mii costume set is the Blazing Falchion sword and shield set, which are also crafted from Rathalos parts. The third and final Monster Hunter Mii gear added to Smash Ultimate is the Feline Hat. Unlike the other two, this is a brand new item unique to Smash Ultimate. Felines are cat-like creatures found in the Monster Hunter series. Felines can be found in villages where they can perform a variety of different jobs, including shopkeeping, farming, or cooking. Additionally, they are most known for traveling alongside hunters as companions and granting them various perks, such as giving them status effects or new skills and attacks. Typically, felines take on a more realistic appearance, but the hat in Smash is based on a specific feline, the main character of Monster Hunter Diary Poka Poka Feline Village, a more chibi-styled spin-off from the Monster Hunter series. This style was likely chosen just to fit the style for a Mii hat a bit better. And the final Mii costume has nothing to do with Monster Hunter, it is Arthur. Arthur is the main character from the Ghosts and Goblins franchise. This series originated on arcade systems before being brought to consoles, with 14 games across its 30-plus year history. The first game in the series is notorious for its difficulty, even today being considered one of the hardest games of all time. During gameplay, Arthur dies within 2 hits, as his armor is incredibly weak and breaks apart after a single hit. While also being popular on his own, Arthur is further recognized for being one of the go-to characters in many of Capcom's crossover games, such as Marvel vs. Capcom or Namco Cross Capcom. And that does it for this round of DLC costumes. As far as references go, Pyra and Mythra are pretty weak for their costumes, but purely as cosmetics, I love pretty much every one. They all seem really cool and they all pop really well. And despite many's disappointment about Monster Hunter effectively being deconfirmed, it's nice to stop having that looming threat of the Mii fighter costumes that we're still missing over our heads. There's only one left. But that is gonna do it for this video, you guys. Thank you all for watching, and please remember to be good to one another.